and welcome to Waste Breakfast, where we discuss about everything governance, self-development, mental health, and of course, entertainment. My name is Godswiti Israel, and I'm joined by my amazing co-anchor, Joy.
Hello
guys.
Welcome to Monday again.
Auntie Ramadan Kini.
Ramadan Kerry.
Yes. I mean, I know for sure that to some Muslims, this is more like that's a strong path. It's a holy month. At the same time, to some, not all the Muslims. You know, there are some Muslims that are very dedicated. Just like we have Christians that are very dedicated to the whole Christianic thing, right? And I am very sure there are some Muslims too that are very strong with the whole Islam thing. And at the same time, there are some that I really don't give a damn. So those ones I don't give a damn, I really don't know. But I really want to ask what their expectations would be like before starting of the whole prayer, the whole fasting thing. Their kind of fasting is actually very different from the Christians, and it's actually unique to me. I find it unique.
So to me, I just think that it's an interesting month to them.
Okay.
I think this is the one month that I know they're always so secluded to themselves. You see them very calm, quiet.
You want to shout
it's because
when you eat once a day.
It is a mode of fasting for me, and I actually just love it because most of the times my Muslim friends I've always been in contact with, they're always very calm. Most of the time when I pass them and I greet them, happy Maradamu, and they're like, oh Allah, well, I don't want to spoil the word or the language, right? But they kind of pray for me in their Muslim language,
Arabic.
and I actually love their prayer.
I do. Do you know? I actually can. I know how to pray in their language, like in Arabic.
Do you want to try for us?
What's that?
Well,
I mean, I think I can start with the Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I beg. I know
what you just said. I know that.
I mean, I did Islamic law, so the whole Sharia thing. So I think I'm a bit in depth. I know in-depth knowledge in it. So
well, happy Ramadan to all the Muslim faithfuls in Nigeria and across the world. I mean, please pray for us and pray for the peace, prosperity of this nation.
God bless you. But although even when I believe that, regardless of the prayer, what will happen is still gonna happen. Like Nigeria has to be the way, regardless, because we don't just need prayer, we need to work. Do you understand? Yeah. I mean, so if our leaders are not ready to work and you're praying, it's just like when you're pouring water in a basket, can't get filled. You know.
Exactly.
But let's talk about ourselves, Jari. How are you doing?
I miss my Oni. Oni, I don't know if you can hear me, but trust me, darling, I miss you so much.
Yeah, baby girl. I mean, how are we gonna shake this table? I mean, but regardless, we have Damola on it, so yeah. I feel like regardless, I feel like the table will still be shaken. Exactly. Either ways. But how are you doing? Like, how are you doing?
Fine. I'm just trying to recuperate from my exhaustion over the weekend. I have always been having a very stressful weekend lately. It's a project I'm trying to work on.
You're a boss now.
No, I can't be boss. I cannot be boss. No, we don't do this here. I'm not a boss. I'm just trying to recuperate from, my stressful weekend.
I get it.
And then get into a new week. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what this week holds in store. And I cannot wait for this Ramadan to end, so I have to go to all my Muslim faithfuls' houses to go and be eating.
That's how you know. That's how you know thieves. Do you get? That's how you know thieves.
Why some of you fast, some of us eat.
But it's fine. So yeah, today we'll be discussing the topic: is democracy still effective or outdated in Nigeria? But before we dive into that intriguing subject, let's take a moment to catch up on the latest headlines around the globe. Please stay with us. You're still watching Waste Breakfast. I'll be taking on the journey across the African continent through the lens of The Punch, a leading newspaper based in Nigeria. The major headline reads, schools in 14 states, Federal Capital Territory risks attack, says federal government. Adamawa, Bauchi, Borno, Katsina, Federal Capital Territory, others affected. 465 pupils, women in kidnappers' den. Federal government receiving United States support to free victims. Presidency alleged sub-regional forces behind kidnappings. And above the masthead, Tinubu's launches student loan. Thursday, foreign scholars seek inclusion. Only foreign borrowing can save Naira. Clears Central Bank of Nigeria debt, and this was said by the Economist Intelligence Unit. Naira devaluation fueling massive regional exports, stated by the governors. And at the bottom of the paper, we have Ramadan begins today. Sultan seeks prayers against insecurity hardship. Oil earnings raised by 450 billion naira in 2 months. This was said by the federal government. Ogun police nabbed 3 for murder attempt. Lastly, blackout worsened as Williams vandalized transmission line. And that's all on the headline for the Punch newspaper. So what caught my attention, as usual, is the major headline, which reads, schools in 14 states, Federal Capital Territory risks attack, says federal government. So before now, you've been aware, or you are aware of the whole kidnapping thing by kidnappers, the one that happened in Kaduna with the whole 260 kids, right? Now, right now, the federal government has come out to say that 14 states are not ready, security-wise, to be able to take care of their students. Like 14 states, the schools in these 14 states, they didn't mention the whole 14 states. They mentioned some like the Adamawa, the Bauchi, the Borno, the Katsina. Guess what? Even the Federal Capital Territory, the schools in the Federal Capital Territory are not yet security strong. I don't know the right word to use, but they have not taken the security safety measures yet to be able to secure their students. So this is saying that if these hoodlums or these kidnappers rather, if they come, they can actually take these kids without anybody even noticing where they are taking them to, how they came, and all of those things. So I think it is the federal government telling these states now that you have to be security conscious. You have to open your head. Like, I really don't know what the governors are doing if they are not securing the students and the schools, because I mean these students are actually the young generation. Without them, I don't see a future. You know, now if they are not secured, I wonder how we are going to get to that future and get Nigeria to the promised land or to a better place. I really don't know. But that's all on the headline for the Punch newspaper. Joy, let's hear your headlines, please.
Okay, I'm just referring, we're discussing democracy today, so we'll trash all of that during the conversation.
All right.
So I miss my Oni so much, so I'm just going to say this just to tell you that I miss you and I can't wait for you to be back. So I'll be moving away from the African continent and I'll be going into the international spectrum. And I'm taking my headline from The Guardian UK. And the top story reads, Tory ex-Home Secretaries warn against politicizing extremism. And at the top left, we have You've Got to Come Out Swinging, how Beverly Knight won the West End. And beside that, I have Tight at the top 1 point in it as Liverpool and City draw. And coming down to the left side of the bottom left of the newspaper reads, Ramadan in Gaza. We are sitting here waiting for our faith. Now, the story that is piquing my interest right here on the Guardian UK newspaper says, Ramadan in Gaza, we are sitting here waiting for our faith. Now, the story established that 70 days after the Gazan citizens were forced to leave their house in southern Gaza of Khan Yunis, a popular person known as Hannah al-Masiri and her husband and their 6 children are preparing for Ramadan in their new home, which is a dilapidated tent. Now here she complains that there will be no decoration, no joyous family meals, and no reading of the Quran under the lemon and orange trees in the garden. Now this Muslim holy month is a time for friends and family, as well as a religious contemplation, prayer and fasting, and it starts today, Monday, and will be none like anyone in Gaza. And really, there won't be anyone in Gaza that can remember this particular Ramadan period. So for me, this story is quite interesting because it's just to point out that really, I don't see I don't see the advantages of war in this life, why we should even be having war. I believe so much in dialogue communication. If there are differences, if there are discrepancies that needs to be sorted and settled out, we could try as much as possible to execute the dialogue communication system as opposed to going to war. Because I just imagine these guys are literally have been in war for more than 70 days now. And now this particular month that they find very important to themselves, they're going to just enjoy it in, no particular order. this is not what they're used to. The story also established that this Hannah of a woman is so used to bringing new lanterns, new decorations to the home every single Ramadan period and Ramadan season. But this particular year is quite different because they are just left hanging there. They literally left in a dilapidated tent and they don't have a place to call a home simply because of the Gaza war that is still ongoing. So my humble plea here is, can we try a proper dialogue communication system as opposed to going to war, so that things like this doesn't occur going forward, and would have a better system and a better world, better society to always live and thrive in and celebrate as many years as we can as possible.
So yes, like as I've always said, there are things happening globally. Like if you actually check the news, you would know for sure that so many things are happening at the same time. Truthfully, I actually go with your point because, I mean, I feel like this world is now, we are more in a modernized world where it's easy to communicate with people. Exactly. It's not back then where you have to go to their place to go and tell them what one person has sent, you know, the message and all of that, or even sending later that that takes years to before the receiver gets it. But now it's easy to communicate with people. So why go to war? I see no reason why in this time and age, somebody is going to war when it's easy to probably
just
do. Do you get?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's it for the things happening around the globe. We'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be diving straight to the topic of today. Ready to shake the table. Stay with us.
There's nothing we can really do that we aren't already doing. It's literally just for the older generations to like open up their minds and just have like a wider perspective and a wider view to like how helpful the youth could actually be if we're honestly given these opportunities. I feel like we would honestly step into our prime and, you know, work with whether it's the older generations or like the old whatever to like put things in place. The whole youth of Nigeria, it literally takes a community to like raise and bring up those youths. And like if you're not really doing what you need to do to empower them or to help them or to even give them the hope that is needed, then it's just going to leave them just dry.
The only thing that really we could do is try to show them with our actions, which I think we're already doing. Like there's youth rallies, there's things like that.
That's what I spoke about.
You know, I feel like we're already doing as much as we can. The people at the top need to care enough about nurturing the next generation to push them through into these positions for it to go anywhere. Taking care of the people who have no one to take care of them should be my number one responsibility. Making sure that they have access to food, water, school, good jobs, welfare, you know, whatever they need to build them up. Because by building them up, their next generation have a good, at least, foundation to start on. And that way, at least, the level of poverty in this country will reduce. As a government, even if things are getting expensive, we should still be able to take care of our people, the people who can't take care of themselves.
Exactly. I feel like the problem comes like just right after you said, I like the way you're dressing, and like you don't need to put that and when you're talking to me. Like I know that I look good, but it's like you could stop like, I like the way you're dressing, period. Why do you have to take it to now you feel like, hey, I can say this to you and you don't want me to feel offended? Like, as you just said, everyone has a right to their opinion, great. I have an opinion to feel offended because why are you adding all that extra stuff to me? I don't know you from anywhere. Why are you telling me you want to knock me? Like, it's just like weird. Like,
I get it.
this is a stranger. It's one thing to admire. It's another step to walk up to someone, tell them they look good, and then now project what you feel like you want to do to them.
So when you admire, what thought comes into your head?
I'm just like, wow, this person looks good, and keep it pushing, because how many people do you see in a day that look good?
Thanks for staying with us. Today we're discussing the topic, is democracy still effective or outdated in Nigeria? Remember, you can join this conversation, yeah, by either sending us an SMS or a WhatsApp message to 081-8038-4663. I repeat, 081-8038-4663. So I guess, I forget, sorry, I don't know what is wrong with me. What is my problem with English? It's like I will actually have to switch to Pidgin because, bro, English is not our father's language, regardless.
You know how to
Do you get?
You know how to
So yes, we'll be joining. Oni Damola will be joining us. Remember, I actually said that Oni will be with us today, not Oni. Damola, I don't know what my problem is.
Hi, Oni Damola.
So yeah, she'll be joining us. Hi, buddy. How are you?
Hi, viewers. It's been a long time.
I
And
mean,
just so we're clear, she's the fourth person on the fly that you always see, right?
yeah.
We're back and we're good to have her in set.
How you feeling, baby?
I'm good.
You
good.
ready to shake that table?
Oh, we're ready to
Come
shake the
on,
table.
that is what I like, is the energy. The energy. So yes, let's start with Joy. Joy, baby.
I think we're going to give him
The bougie. I don't understand.
No, I just thought.
I don't get it.
I was just thinking, man.
I said I don't get it. So yeah, let's start with you, Joy. First of all, you know what democracy is, right? I feel like democracy is a system that has been adopted. It's one of the plenty system of governments that we actually have. We have the autocracy and so many others. Now we have democracy that was actually adopted by Nigerians. Okay, let me put it in a simple way of what democracy is. The fact that we can actually vote in anybody. Now the power is to the people. The government doesn't have the power. The power are owned by the people. We are the ones that now actually say, okay, be like saying that this man, they okay, one main rule us, right? So we'll not pass the mantleship to them. Since you guys, we cannot rule ourselves. You feel me? We can't rule ourselves. So we need one person to now supersede the rest of us. So which is what democracy is about. So it's not like an authoritarian government where the person is the person that is now giving orders to the rest, or even the military. You feel me? Nigeria has passed that military time where we are not like, you know what, the people are the ones with the power, but we still want a head, which is now the government. So bringing it to your table now, do you think this democracy that we have actually adopted in Nigeria is effective? So it is one thing for it to be adopted, for it to be utilized, for us to say, okay, yes, we are actually using the democracy system or democratic system of government in Nigeria. But is it effective, right? Is it effective or is it outdated? Have they thrown it away? Is it just there? Is it just for the papers that, oh, Nigeria is actually part of the countries that use the democratic system of government? Are we actually using it?
Okay, so I like how you established a very vital point of what democracy is basically all about. And in summary to that, I'll just say that democracy basically relies on the idea of the supremacy of the people.
Yeah.
Democracy is all about the people. And not
For the
even the
people,
government
by the
itself.
people,
Exactly, for the
with the
people.
people.
By the
So,
people.
that's again. Ibrahim, gonna be.
Yes, Ibrahim.
Yes,
Khan.
Abraham Kalin.
I still remember school days.
Moving
So
on then.
exactly, it's majorly the supremacy of the people.
Yeah.
If there is no people, I don't know if
That's
this
not
English I
government.
just said nice, correct, but let me just put it like that.
No,
out
no,
there.
that's not
If
government.
there is no
I mean,
people, then you can't talk democracy.
Period.
Because for you to say that you are applying democracy, it means that you think, you act, and you work in the interests of people.
Yeah.
Now, to me, I'll just say that in Nigeria, the problem is not that democracy is not effective.
Okay.
Right. The problem is that Nigeria is yet to get the appropriateness of what democracy model that fits,
Okay.
serves,
Okay.
and recognize our unique cultural attributes.
Oh, okay.
That is basically what's going on right now. It's not that the democracy we have on board is not effective or is not in use or it's not in cognizance. It's just that we have not yet gotten to that point where we can really, really state the particular model, right, that works for us.
Oh.
It's one thing to say I'm adopting this principle or I'm adopting this life trade from another country, but you need to understand that the cultural practices that applies there doesn't literally apply here to us also, right? That there are great and there are huge differences between the Western culture and our traditional culture.
Yeah.
Right. So it's, if you're saying you want to adopt their lifestyle of governance, their lifestyle of government, fine, it's good to adopt it, but applying it here to say that, okay, in our Nigeria context, this is what we do. In the morning, this is how we greet. In the afternoon, this is how we greet. In the evening, this is how we greet. How can we infuse the democracy we have learned from the Western culture and imbibe it into our own system so that it works for us? Because if you adopt it and you're not ready to apply it to the cultural practices of your own locality, then it's not going to work for you.
I get it. So what I hear you say now is the fact that it's not about whether it's effective or not. It's about the fact that we've not even gotten the person that is ready to serve us as the people, or the people, like as the people in power, right? Okay. Let's hear you, Onyu. What do you think? Do you think it's effective, or do you think it's outdated in Nigeria?
I would actually say it's not effective at all.
Okay.
I'll first read when I was researching about
Alright.
the democracy. I'll read. It says democracy is a law, a rule by the people, and an example of this is any system of government in which people vote their elected representative. That is their representative. Their
Representatives.
Yes,
Yeah.
their person that they are going to elect. Your voter's card is your democracy. Your voter's card is your power as a people. I think one thing that people don't understand is that our voter's card is just, oh, I'm hungry, take my birthright. I don't want. But our democracy is our, voter's card, because we are the employee. We are actually the employee.
I like that word.
We're actually the employee, and they are the they are the people who are working for us. We're employing them to do this, to get our leaders, to get whatever our economy to be straight. So like now, if you have a business and you employ people, you're saying something, I want this and this. At this point, you are the people in democracy. But when you're giving this, the person you have employed is is the governor, is the leader. So it's going to, you're meant to just listen to us. So you're also going to give us the things that we want. So democracy, but now Nigerians are not even doing that. We are just as you please. Whatever the leader says is what we do. So I think one thing for us to implement in this country is hear the people, let everybody understand what, let us, hear us and do what we say, not
Okay.
what you please.
Okay. So I hear you, Damola. I hear you when you say we are the employers and why they are the employees. Like, bro, that's a big one. So nobody should not hear you that. I didn't say that. But honestly, that's it. I mean, that's what democracy is about, really. That's what democracy is about, you know. So let me tell you what TJ Murray said. TJ Murray stated. So who is TJ Murray? TJ Murray is a director. He actually is a person that directs music videos, right? So let me just put that out. All right, TJ Murray stated that he doesn't believe in democracy because he feels humans are supposed to be governed by monarchs in a monarchy system of government. I'll be coming around to ask what you think about it. Do you think, truthfully, we actually need to go back to monarchy system of government? Like, I mean, I think I probably after the military. I don't know when that occurred. Way before the military, right? So
independence.
What's monarchy?
yeah. What's monarchy?
Yeah.
Where we have the king, the queen, the emir, the obas, real people. Jigga. Yeah. I mean, African Magic shows us all of those things. Yeah. So that's what monarchy system of government is about, really. Now, I would come back to actually ask, do you think, truthfully, we actually need to go back to that one? Because it's not like we are not practicing monarchy system of government in Nigeria. We do, but it's just silenced. Yeah. Like we have the Bales, right? We have the obas, we have the Oni of Satan or something like that. I heard you say something. Yeah, so we have all of those things, but it's just a bit silent, right? I mean, democracy is the one that is now, just how you have the president and all of this. Now, he went further to say that since hunger and a tool weapon since hunger is a tool or weapon to get votes, right? Democracy will always have a price. What do you think? For me, actually, let me even state mine. I think he's actually being truthful. Like, that is the honest truth. It's bitter. It's bitter, but it's true. That's the truth. Because in Nigeria, I actually go by you when you say democracy is ineffective. Because the fact that we actually vote in those people and we don't even see the result or the outcome for it. Even the vote, are we truly voting? That's another thing.
We're not even sure of the vote.
You sure of the vote is another thing entirely. Are we voting? Are we voting for the right reasons? I feel like democracy is not just, I'm very sure that word is not just, I mean, for the people, by the people. You see, those words actually mean something. They are strong words. They're not just 3 letters or 2 letters. You feel me? No, it's not enough to take a voter's card. Even for us to even get the voter's card in the first place is a problem.
They will sweat.
In Nigeria, it's a problem in Nigeria. Now you get the voter's card. You would get to the polling unit where you're supposed to vote, or where you're supposed to vote, and you still have issues. I remember there's a time where they wanted to vote in I think it was the chairman, the local government election at that time at my place in Ajigole. Bro, you need to actually see what was going on. One party won, right? The other person that wants to be the chairman came with his boys. He now collected the ballot paper. Like, it was crazy. Nobody could do anything. Which is, this thing I just said now will take us down to insecurity and, like, Nigeria. That one is Nigeria problem. We'll come back to it. But my end point is, you see people being, like, given... I mean, there's a whole lot of bribery and corruption. There's a whole lot of bribery when it comes to re-electing people that would serve us as employees. It's a whole lot of. I mean, it is a struggle. They don't make democracy feel like, oh, we actually have rights. They don't make it look like we have rights. They make it look like we are. You know, when you are an employer, you are suffering.
Yes.
That's how we feel.
Yes, that's how we are.
You know,
yeah.
that's how they make us feel. So it is not enough. It is not enough to say we are practicing democracy when it's not even being effective. First of all, they will. If you agree or you agree, you will vote for one party. When you get there with your card, you will see people telling you, "Nasia, put that for you." And bro, when you see cutlass, you don't have a choice. You feel me? Yeah. So yes, Joy, I want you to now I want you to actually I want you to hear your own point. I want you to address this. What do you think? Do you think we should actually go back to the monarchy system of government? Or do you, I mean, I don't know. It's just a whole lot to think about, really.
So for me, yeah, right. I've said I will reduce my shouting these days.
Me, I'm ready because that's both. I'm on it. I'm on it.
So monarchical system of governance will not work
in Nigeria. Okay.
We have a lot of stubborn heads.
Hey, stubborn heads.
Strong, stubborn heads that want to do a lot of things, right? I'm not seeing a space where the monarchical system would work.
Okay.
I mean, that is the reason why we had to go get the, I think we started first from independence. We started from the parliamentary system of government. And then we saw that that wasn't working. We had to move on to the presidential system of government, right? Now, if you want to go back to, Oni of Ife, rule the people of Ife, Sultan of Sokoto, rule the people of Sokoto, Emma of Kano, rule the people of Kano, Obi of Onitsha, go to the people of Onitsha, right? We are not going to literally, at the end of the day, what we have been saying we don't want, we actually ended up doing it.
Right.
And that's like sharing and decentralizing Nigeria. So if we are saying we want to go for one Nigeria, a unified Nigeria, then we have to work for a unified system of governance.
So you think unified system of government is...
And the only way unified system of governance can work is by democracy.
So there's no other system of government that we can adopt?
It will not work. The parliamentary system of government that we have adopted is not working.
Right.
It can only work in the Britain because they are literally the owners and brothers of this system of government, so they know how to apply it. It applies in their culture. This is not our culture. This is not our life. This is not who we are. We can't be having more than one leaders at the same time, and you expect that. Who do I listen to? No, put yourself in that shoe.
Okay.
You have supervisor, A supervisor, B supervisor, C. You still have a boss you still report to. And guess what? You have to report to all these people.
Them.
You have to obey all these people. And at the end of the day, these people come with their dynamic rules to you. And you're expected to follow everything suits, hook, line, and sinker. It is not going to work.
Okay.
So the monarchical system of government, sorry, I don't mean to disrespect anyone or disrespect any culture or tribe or region, but clearly it is not working.
But I mean, Nigeria is already a country that believes so much in culture. And I don't know how many people is actually praying for unity, just like you're saying. I've heard so many people say, you know what, it's time for us to actually split. I've heard that a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So if we're ready that want to go back to monarchy, then we should be ready to say that, okay, we want to go our separate ways. I won't say the word split. We want to go our separate ways. Because I will not be responsible for being answerable to the Emir of Kano. I have nothing to do with the Northern region. I'm not going to be responsible for answering the Obi of Onitsha. I have nothing to do with the Eastern region. So if we want to go to the monarchical system of government, then we should be ready to go separate ways. But if we want to stay together as a united country, then we have to work at democracy and a model that can work for us in Nigeria.
Okay, that's a nice one. Damola, let's hear you, please.
For me, I think we should, sometimes I think we should even just split.
Okay.
That's been in
the monarchy system of government.
The monarchy system of government. Because monarchy, for me, I think the kings and the queens, and for each state, would definitely give room, right? Will give room to people because there's understanding of Igbo. If you are Igbo, your town people, they understand you. If you are Yoruba, your town people understand you. Everybody in your own father's land. Let's solve the problem. Because if you give the reason why I said that we should even go for that is because if you give a law, everybody understands themselves, right? If you give a law, everybody understands themselves to, oh yeah, let's do this one, let's do that one. Yes, there'll be, at the beginning, there might be buzzers and huzzers or fighting there and there, but there will be, at the time, little time will come that it will be balanced. But when the kings say one thing, they will listen. And I think even right now, the kings right now are even better off to listen because we are not more in that time where they will just say, they are more in better times to listen. So I think we should actually go for monarchy.
So yes, I mean, I feel like there's a whole lot to talk about. Yeah. So we've actually talked about the fact that democracy, whether it's effective or not, and viewers, I don't know why I've not gotten a call yet. That's what I'm saying. Please, you guys should go. Please, you guys should call us. I mean, I want to hear your input. I want to hear what you're saying on this or democracy, whether it's effective or not. We'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be staying. I mean, I actually want to talk about the issues that Nigeria is facing. Let's see it. Let's see the reason why all the nurses and doctors are actually leaving this country. Health-wise, what is going on in this country? Please stay with us. Yes, thanks for staying with us. I can't imagine less. I mean, what am I even saying? Don't worry. I just skip that. I actually said anything. So what I'm trying to say in essence is thanks for staying with us, really, because I can't believe that you actually still watching me and my baby girls. It's not easy. Thank you. So yes, back on the topic, right? Is democracy effective or not? So let's leave democracy a bit. Now let's talk about the challenges we're having in Nigeria. Because I mean, the fact that we vote in these persons, we vote them because we want certain things to be done, right? We want certain things to be worked on. But I still feel like they are not worked on. Let's start from the health sector. Now, the Registrar of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Farouk Abubakar, he said one time that 42,000 nurses have left the country in the last 3 years. Can you beat that fact? That 42,000, bro. It's not just that one. No. Let's go to the doctors. Now, we have currently about 45,000 doctors practicing in Nigeria, right? Many of them have left the country. If it takes 10 years to get that number of doctors, that's 45,000 doctors. It will take us another 10 years again to produce another one, because the one that we have that we're practicing already left the country.
Yeah.
Now, how are we going to now get new ones? And we keep saying, I don't even know where to start from. I mean, no wonder when they have issues with their health, they will not leave Nigeria, because they are yet to put structures to the health system in Nigeria. They will leave it for who has it, Abi, and go outside. They'll go to India and China and which other country is very good with. They'll go there and go and make themselves strong. Then they'll leave the hey God. And we say we are practicing democratic system of government. We are practicing democratic system of government. I think I'm beginning to agree with what Joy said earlier. I think we have not actually gotten the right model for like who we actually serve us. To be sincere, because I can't imagine using your word. We the employers. Oh, hallelujah. We the employers. We employ people that are yet to serve us. It is crazy. It is crazy. What you have to say? I mean, I don't know what to say. What you have to say, baby?
So, to me, right, it just brings me back to the point that we have a lot of issues going on in the country.
Okay.
And these issues are just to say that democracy is, we have democracy, but it's not working, it's not effective yet, right? Now, basically, there are two aspects of democracy. There are two basic aspects of democracy. The first aspect of democracy is the one where you have the right to vote and to be voted for. You can choose who you want to be. Exactly. No, that's not even freedom of speech per se. It's just, I mean, the sole rights that you could choose the officials to be elected that will govern you. Yeah. Now, the second aspect of democracy, right, is the part that establishes the rule of law, the fundamental human right. Yeah. There's liberty and there's accountability in the system of governance. these two different aspects of democracy is still not functional. Where you have these health issues is because the government has still not come to terms with the fundamental human rights of every single Nigerian. Because if you have come to terms with the fundamental human rights and you know that there's right to life, there's right to proper living, of course you would want to put in adequate infrastructures to build a great health system. Not one that a professional doctor is thinking about living, and we are having a high rate percent of brain drain in the country. How in the heavens are we supposed to live?
Like, what do you think? What's the solution? Like,
I had
solution.
I had a conversation as of last week where a doctor was saying that, see, for everything you can do to stay healthy, please do it, because even your paracetamol is expensive right now.
True. I agree.
Yeah.
Now, coming down to our solution, right, I still come back to say again, our major solution to this democracy issue right now, because it's to me it's kind of an issue, is that we need to adopt a model that can work for us.
A model.
That
and
can
when they say model, please explain.
So I will explain. I'll give
it.
examples to explain. For instance, Rwanda, the model of democracy is that they increased women's participation in governance, right? And then incorporated a cultural practice, which is known as Imhingo. That's for Rwanda. Now, China itself adopted a one-party system with a bureaucratic control, emphasizing that there has to be efficiency and economic growth. And that's why till tomorrow, China's economy will keep booming and booming because they are fitting a democracy model that works culturally for them.
I get it.
And that's why you see that some of these countries, no, they don't have issues. Feel like it's only Nigeria. No, it's not only Nigeria that has issues. Nigeria is the only one that has issues because we have still not come to what can work for us. We are just picking pick from here, pick from here, pick from here. We cut and join and we put together. South Korea also, for an instance, they evolved, their own democracy involves around a robust free democracy that allows for freedom of speech, and the constitution provides for a single tenure of presidency. Now, if we want to run our own democracy model, let's come back to the table. Let's see, okay, what is the structure of Nigeria? Put aside, yes, Nigeria was brought together by Lord Lugard. Let's keep that aside. Before now, what was Nigeria all about? Okay, how can we imbibe our democracy to fit into what Nigeria was actually all about, and then establish our own model of democracy? By the time we establish that, it will work and become very, very, very effective. That's all I can say for now.
Fantastic solution, because I mean, we cannot overemphasize this thing, to be sincere. I really feel like this should be worked on. Really needs to be worked on. Now, speaking on the problems we have in Nigeria and how we would actually, oh Jesus, I don't want to keep repeating the fact that we are employers. I just like the way the word is coming. So now we have, apart from the health sectors, right, we have the electricity.
Like, let's not even go there.
Like, the last 2 weeks, brother me.
To the very point that even the National Assembly is having electricity issues and they could not have their sitting because there was no light. I mean, God, no, please, no. It is not funny. That is the point.
This thing you just said now, it brings me to what I want to even talk about.
The things we see on the news are not funny. Most of the times when it happens, I'm like, do you guys take us for a joke?
Do you get? Now, due to the deteriorating electricity supply across the country, the Minister of Power, whose name is Bayo Adelabu, right? He has threatened to revoke the license of the distribution companies for non-performance. See, I have two things on my head right now. Why are you trying to blame other? So you know for sure that all states has their distribution channel, right? Yeah. Now you are now trying to blame some states for their lack of performance. First of all, you that is Minister of Electricity, I'm very sure that these companies now, I'm very sure that they lack one or two infrastructure that they would actually need, or facilities they would need to carry out their job. That one is sure. See, it is a Nigerian problem already. I'm coming to you on you. Now, it is a Nigerian problem already. Now, what is your solution? What will be your solution to this thing, or what do you think we should do? Because now you're blaming the companies for not distributing. I'm very sure that infrastructures are not kept in place for these persons. Yes. Now, it is not enough to even blame them for not performance. You want to collect their license. You that is there, what have you even done so far? Let's be realistic. Before you were put in power, and since when you were put in power and now, what have you done so far? That's the question. But please give us solutions, Jare.
Okay, so for me, for this electricity, I think one thing I can say for solution, can we just employ ladies to become leaders?
Okay.
Because if we because the way men the way men are, leaders have been taking this country is all men. Can we try leadership with women, where women, the way they maintain the home, yeah, let them also maintain government for a better use. I think when ladies are more in power, there will be more, what's it called? There will be more decently managed for different things of power, food, economic generally. Because at this rate, I think the men are not really paying much attention. They're just like, oh, because if you look at it, when women are in power, I can bet you, management of money, this and that, the way they manage the home, it will also apply in government.
Wonderful.
Because we will not be able to, all these expenses, well, today we are this, we are that. Well, there are many women, I will not start counting, I can count for my fingers, the kind of leaders women. I'm so happy that now we're even narrating the leadership of women. So let's...
So yes,
that's a good solution.
Sorry to cut you short. Sorry to really cut you short. If I'm really going to add to what she said, right, we need to know that everything rise and fall on leadership. Now, the Minister of Power is saying that he's threatening, then that's the problem, threatening. You are very wrong, sir. I'm sorry to say that. You should at not this point be threatening. You should be carrying out actions. Carry out the action. Don't threaten them. Do the work.
like,
Carry out the action and say, okay, you are not working. This is the penalty for it. Go out, you're suspended. By the time we start carrying out actions and our leadership are ready to get it right, then we can talk about proper democracy.
so you know, I'm actually in one of the beliefs that if you know your problem, you'll be able to solve it. You cannot say, you cannot say you cannot say you want to solve a problem when you don't even know what the problem is, right? So now we are actually listing out this problem so people know that the democracy that we are doing, we are just employing people and not doing anything.
We're not doing
Now, the next one we have is food, right? Now, this is what Tinubu said, and I quote, I will not establish a price control band, nor will I approve the importation of food. Now, you will not approve the importation of food, but there is still no decrease in food. What's going on? What is really going on? Please, I need to see it's solution that I want us to be dropping, really, to be sincere. So, Joy, I'm coming to you. What's the solution? Because now you are telling us the solution to food for us to be able to see food, eat, and the whole hoodlism and all of those people would actually stop, right? Now, what is the solution? Because I'm not seeing this as a solution, to be sincere.
So I actually have a friend. His name is Solution. Maybe we should
Maybe we should call him.
Maybe we need to just drop here on this. Solution is like, I'll just come and drop you on this table like this, so you just present yourself to Nigeria. Now, coming to the aspect of food situation and how it applies to governance. And then I come back to say again, everything like rises and falls on leadership. We have a leader that is ready to talk, oh, this and this is happening. This is what I will do. But, sir, you don't give us measures as to how you're ready to achieve those things you want to achieve. You don't tell us the principles, the layback plan, the contingency plan, plan B, blueprint. What are you putting on? What are the strategies you're putting in place to achieve what you want? What you want to just say is, this is what will happen. And you think it's just going to change in seconds? Definitely, they say Rome was not built in a day.
Okay.
You want to stop the importation of food. Well done, sir. Sir, what are the strategies you have kept to increase the food growth in the country itself? How ready are we to start producing and processing our food ourselves? Are there proper production houses? Are there storage plants? Are there security plans to ensure that there is a rise of food in the country? Nigeria can feed itself, yes. We don't need to import any kind of food from anywhere. That is the simple truth of the matter. But the condition that our leaders have placed us have only kept us handicapped. That, see, Omo, please, how much is rice in China? Please help us to be burying it, a bit to be importing it. Let's beat it so we'll not shall die of hunger. If we are able to create systems and structures that can work, we need storage facilities, we're sure of that. If they can start creating storage facilities, increase the high rate of security measures around the situation, right? Because security is one key factor that is making a lot of farmers not even go to the farm to even bring out this food production for us. And then create production houses where we can process this food into the ones we see, all the canned food we eat today. We can literally process them ourselves. So if we're able to create all those kind of situations and those kind of structure, it will help a lot. So that's the solution I can give to our democracy to work an aspect of food.
So yes, I believe we have been able to pass the right information to our leaders. That, see, I'm not trying to shade anybody here. I'm not insulting. You guys are employees, please. And what I'm just trying to say in essence is we should ensure that these solutions are literally heard, and you guys should start utilizing them. You guys should start working on them. So yes, we're going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll be diving straight to the book review. Stay with us. This topic actually cannot be overemphasized. You know, I actually feel like it's not just a youth lack of interest. I understand that somehow most of us are actually, we've actually just, you know what, let's just drop this. We can't do this thing anymore. Yeah. I mean, the 2020 should even give us a lesson. What happened last year? What happened last year? Yeah. Bro, the whole LP 24 and all of those things, and see where it got us. You know, it's discouraging. But at the same time, we don't have to be discouraged. Yeah. You know, if you're working towards something, if you know that you want to actually achieve a particular goal, regardless of the storms, regardless of the rainfalls, you have to make sure that you're there. You know, so regardless of what happens, no, see, we've not started seeing the shege. We'll continue working, right? Yeah. We'll leave the hope and lack of interest one place, and we'll just make sure that, okay, this is our goal to make Nigeria better, and we'll always work towards it. Thanks for staying with us, guys. So yes, the book to be reviewed today, we've been reviewing this book for more than a week now, 48 Laws of Power, authored by Robert Greene. So I'll be taking the 13th law, which says, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. Now, this law is founded on the persuasive principle of aligning your plan with another person's self-interest. Don't remind them of how you have helped or served them in the past, as it will stir up negative emotions. Instead, tell them how they would benefit from working with you. Now, what this law is saying is, and I feel like it's actually, this is no-brainer. Now, if you need somebody to help you with something, if you need somebody to help you with something, you don't come up to them that, oh, it should be I help you out with that thing before. Come help me with this thing. And no, make sure, put it to them that, oh, this thing I say you should help me do. You self, you go enjoy from my mom. Do you get? So it's just like for example, now there's no light in your house and you want to turn up your gen, or you want to turn up your neighbor's gen. What you now do is to buy fuel for the person. So in that way now you've helped yourself and helped the person as well. So that's what Robert Greene is actually telling us. So if you have plans for something, make sure that it's aligning with that person that you need the person's help from. So that's it really. Let's hear you, Oni.
All right, so I'll be reading my book. When reading the 48 Laws of Power, okay, I stumbled on page 14. It says, pause as a friend and work as a spy. Well, when I just looked at it, pause as a friend and work as a spy, is when you have friendship, you're also looking at what can I take from this person, what can I learn from this person, what can I achieve from this person. So working at that way, you are spying at the friend. oh, I'm your friend, but I'm smiling at your good attitude.
Again.
I'm smiling at your negative one, and maybe I need to caution you, don't do this. I think this thing is not good. So work as a friend and work as a spy. It's a good thing to do, just
Yeah, I think it's just, literally, it's just you being smart. Let's
Yeah.
hear you, Joy.
Alright, so I'll be reviewing Law 15 from the 48 Laws of Power. And Law 15 states, crush your enemy totally. Now, the law states that all great leaders since Moses have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. And if one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break. The enemy will recover and will seek revenge. Crush him not only in body but in spirit. Now, the way this law applies is that staying in the space of power, you need to learn how to understand that you definitely have enemies surrounding by yourself, because everybody will be very jealous of you and everybody is in that position where you are. So to continually be in the position and authority of power, you need to learn how to crush down your enemies. It's not by having a physical fight, but learning how to, when they want to rise their ugly head, you shut them down and you bring them down to the floor and down to the ground, down to the earth. That's the best way to always stay in power. So I implore you all to go read 48 Laws of Power and then dwell on Law 15 and learn how to crush your enemy to always and continually stay in the place of power.
So yes, I mean, I feel like today has actually been an interesting one. Sometimes I feel like when we come here from 8 to 9, it feels like it was from morning. Let's not even go what happened
You
today.
guys, you don't know what happened behind this camera.
We'll just them for tomorrow. I think Oni will be around, so yes, we'll just Tony. We'll just Tony for that. So yes, I mean, I feel like today has been an interesting one, and I'm very sure you've learned something just like I have. We have stayed down solutions, and we've actually told you guys now that this democracy what they use is ineffective. But we want the democracy, but we feel like it's not working. So we need you guys to actually make it start working. You feel me? So yes, don't forget that when you take breakfast, you do what?
You take dinner.
Period. So yes, I don't see a reason why you're actually taking breakfast by watching us and you don't want to go and check my mentor. Go and check. See, bro, I keep saying this. If you don't see, what we are doing now is 101, right? So you eat in the morning, don't eat in the afternoon. There's no need. Then wait in the evening. Go and eat in the evening. So yes, that's it.
It's 2 square meals.
You're the best. So yes, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be going on, I don't know where we are going to. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Ways Breakfast, Ways Show Africa, right? So yes, don't forget. Like when I say don't forget. Go and follow us.
Do not
so yes,
forget.
we'll be going to where we are going to. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Happy Ramadan.
Bye and happy
Happy
Ramadan,
Ramadan.
guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go.